And and so in so many words, man, what's going on like right now, as far as like with my life and my livelihoods and everything. Everybody see my testimony. I'm talking about the same things now as I was back then. The situation, the crime I've been under, been long running. It's been the same thing. It just changes forms, and it, according to whatever I'm doing in my life, it's a supremacy crime. It's proven, and it's still ever present on my life. And so basically what society telling me is that, I have to, in spite of my evidence, against, of all these, this long running racial hate crime, as well as jealousy and all this other stuff. So basically what they implying is I have to pretty much bow down, to the mark of the beast, pretty much, because this is the Antichrist, 100%. So basically they're telling me I have to bow down to, these people, which I have evidence against, on my life specifically, without a cause, being blameless, for bases I can't control, like my race, like my religion, and also my extraordinary talent and art, so somebody else can use me. So it's like, basically I have to bow down to these people or lose my sustainability and, and everything like that, livelihoods and stuff. And if I don't forfeit my rights wrongfully, for which that, I have no basis for, if I don't forfeit my rights wrongfully, the structures will catpaw companies and, businesses and other types of nouns in order to carry out murder on me because I'm black. And everybody see this and nobody is upset about it. This is the weirdest thing ever. You know what I'm saying? So, and then also, there's even people that, it is people that will benefit from the crime. So they allow them to be able to use my stuff. So they destroy my sustainability and everything to keep me from being able to fight for my own stuff, my creations. You know what I'm saying? My rights. So this is happening, it's a massive racial hate crime, and they're trying to like stop me from being able to fight it by sabotaging all of my livelihoods on the false pretenses way back to 2017, 16, So, just as long as this is possible, the country can never be under God, ever. That's a false God. You know what I'm saying? That's not God in the Bible. That's a delusion that they're under. If they're still in the writings up there and all that. Because as long as this possible, they'll never be under God. It ain't for no other reason other than the fact that I'm a Christian. I'm extraordinarily talented. Some people trying to use me, steal my stuff, my aesthetics, and for my race. They'll use all these other reasons and stuff. And that's one thing they love to do, like to separate you from God. You feel me? They always want to separate you from God to justify the evil that they do to you. And that's one thing you see a pattern of. It's like they want to separate you with people that do it, regardless of any race or they may be just persecutors. They working for Satan. So it's like they want to separate you from God. So when God do something, they don't want to, they want to stay with whatever gives them that sick, delusion that somehow they're justified in persecuting a servant of God. So they want to separate you from God, pretty much. They want to say that you have nothing to do with God. They want to blaspheme the Holy Spirit by calling you something ungodly, which is also the one unforgivable sin, which confirms their identity of Antichrist, whether they want to be or not. You know what I'm saying? Because they have to blaspheme the Holy Spirit when God already showed them that, I'm his servant and his people is his people and everything. So it's like, it's just been a thing. So when God do something, for some reason they hold on to a false image. They're thinking that they're under God when they're doing him like this. It's impossible. You know what I'm saying? And just as long as this happens and continue, it'll never ever be under God until for the rest of time in history. Or it'll just be a false image. It's that simple. It ain't no way, it ain't no way possible. Why is it's other people that's now subjected to, having their stuff under fire and things like that. Like, why me? You know what I'm saying? Any of their false reasons that they say have been disproven through my testimony, as well as videos or recordings, everything else, which is evident, and I can pull it up at will, anytime. And that's the situation. So, they're trying to run me out because I'm a Christian. You got destructions trying to exile a man for being Christian and black. You know what I'm saying? It's like worse, and everything came before me was just to handle this reason. You know what I'm saying? All of the situations staged and fabricated was for the sole intention of being able to do this. You know what I'm saying? And they just constantly shadow my life, man, since I've been a toddler. Like, but I proved the last 7 years, though. But I still not going to forfeit my rights, you know what I'm saying? You don't know that if they destroy me because I'm black, then it's a loss for all people that's my color. You know what I'm saying? And any other colors, really. All races. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't about what color you is. It's about the content and the substance of your character. It's about God. God is all colors. Even colors that ain't in the physical realm. And so these Antichrist structures, they continue to shadow me, man, just to cover up their crime. Because they committed atrocities that they don't want getting out to the world. Or they be ready to go to war. And you know, so they put me in all this position because of somebody's jealous and sick ideology and all this stuff. So my life is like utterly became like fossilized because somebody's jealous and hate. You know what I'm saying? They did irreversible things to my life and it ain't no type of restoration for it. You know. But somehow, under God though, a lot of things that ain't adding up. But I'm not finna forfeit my rights, you know what I'm saying? And you know, and conform into like a framing to which I had already proved and disbanded years ago already. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna no. God avenge my innocent blood. I got loads of evidence and proof against them. So they willing to risk it all just to destroy one man. You see a structure trying to destroy one man for literally no reason. Like, this is the weirdest thing ever. Nobody is reacting to it. The Antichrist, man. This is the Antichrist society. This is the affirmation of it right now. The fact they stalking me like this, shadowing my life, harassing me, this is the Antichrist establishment. This is Babylon. You know. Then you understand why God's judgment on Babylon will be what it is. Look at this situation right now, for example. Look at this right now. You know, they literally trying to destroy me or drive me to exile because of factors that I couldn't control. And they use all kind of false reasons to do so. All of which been disbanded and disproven. But me personally, though, I have no prejudices or anything, though. But it's the reality I'm forced to acknowledge. And, you know, God can't be fooled. You know what I'm saying? God knows that it's people, that God knows that it was, you know, that come on, you know, God knows the wholeness of the situation, the truth, you know, the fullness of the situation. Knows that it's people that just didn't want my talent to shine bright. You know, because of how they benefited at my expense. You know, they try to exile me because, you know, they blessed me, you know, they committed unforgivable sins. And so it's like my life just pretty much fossilized and destroyed because of the evil of others. The causeless evil with others. And that's the exact same thing happened to Christ, man. They hate the Bible. So that's why they doing this to me. So they can never be under God for doing somebody like this who told them the truth of the Bible. Since the beginning, since I first came on the scene as a writer. This situation, man. I mean, I sat there and watched the whole thing be staged out, you know. And I'm like, well, keep track of this. Eventually it's go, you know, lead somewhere I know my future be secured. Well, they trying to ignore everything in order to complete the crime. But everybody see it, though. So it's impossible. No. I'm not afraid of you, Antichrist, though, man. I'm good. My faith still in God. And I'm not forfeiting nothing. You know, no. I fear no evil. Yeah, no matter what. Jesus is Lord. And I don't feel a little bad for me nouns, you feel me, all that. Like, I'm great, I'm talented. They hate that. They hate my literary talent. It's better than whatever they said. Feel me? Better than they slanders. That's the real reason why. Which shouldn't be constitutional, but it is. So, you can murder somebody for their skill and their religion and their race for over 7 years, continuously, in spite of government awareness, So that's the kind of situation, you know what I mean? But hey, it's the age we live in. God go avenge all his saints.